All right, we're going to look at a free play for Saturday afternoon, early kickoff at noon Eastern. And red flag alert, I don't think this is a public dog, but it's an early wake-up call. UCLA better have their alarm clock set because this is 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then on top of that, they are traveling coast to coast after playing Oregon in the 11 p.m. Eastern game last week. Now they play 11 hours earlier on the East Coast. And this is a team that just can't move the ball. I've played a lot of big favorites this season in college football with a lot of success. In fact, a couple weeks ago, strong best bet on Penn State as they routed Kent 56-0. Last week, I did a free play video. I said my power ratings, my projection had Penn State by 18. They only won by 14. They didn't cover against Illinois. But for that reason, I think it sets up a better spot this week. And we will look at them as long as this line remains somewhat reasonable. I mean, it's getting a little bit inflated here, and that's often the case as we head in October when a team's looked really good and another team has struggled. You start to lose a little bit of that line value. And that might be the case here, but I still think it's lay it if you're going to play it with Penn State. And right now we are looking at mostly 28s. There are still a few 27.5s out there at the Wager Talk live odds screen. And by the way, this is the last game on the rotation. I know it's a 12 Eastern game, but it's the very bottom game because it was supposed to be a late night game. Once again, this is making it even tougher for UCLA. One thing you want to look for when you play big favorites is the motivation to cover and win. And yes, they do have USC on deck next week, but it's not a look ahead. It's their fourth straight home game here. And Franklin and company has shown the propensity to rout teams when they can. They just weren't able to do it against a top 20 Illinois team last week. They only won by 14, just missed out on covering. But you look, the 56-0 win against Kent State is a 48-point favorite. They got it done there. And this is something he's done over his career at numerous schools. And with sports betting legal in so many states, including Pennsylvania and around the country, I think college coaches are aware that the alums are betting on this game, and when they can punch it in late, they will. But the other aspect you want to look for is an underdog that does not have an offense, so they can't catch up and get that dreaded backdoor cover, and that's the epitome with UCLA here. Did a free play video also last week for UCLA Oregon. My database simulation favored Oregon by only 20. The line was 25. I said, hold your nose, take the value with UCLA. They lost by 21. The line value made the difference in that game. Based on the point spread where my simulation was. And it's funny, it was 28-3 early, and everybody was jumping into the comments. People wait until 11, 12 at midnight to jump into the comments from a video that's been up for 3 days and said, told you couldn't take UCLA, and they end up covering. That's called the kiss of death. That's when you bet more on a team in-game, actually. But the fact remains, this UCLA offense is terrible. They have scored 17 points or less in all 4 games this year, including just 13 last week. They have rushed for 70 yards or less in 3 of their 4 games. They don't throw the ball well either. They've had 140 passing yards or less in 2 of their last 3 games against real competition. Penn State's not going to be able to help but win this by 4 touchdowns or more. So if you're going to play it, you better lay it with this early kickoff situation with Penn State at noon Eastern on Saturday. And don't forget, if you're liking these free play videos, don't forget to hit the like button for this free content. Let's keep it going here on Wager Talk TV. Comment below because I read the comments. I reply back. When you subscribe, click the bell for instant alerts. My top 25 video this week, NFL Fade the Public this weekend as well, and tons of other solo free play videos here on the channel. And oh, by the way, right now, special promo code for a full 30 days of football for just $1.99 when you go to my page at wagertalk.com. That promo code is FBALL30. FBALL30 gets a full 30 days of nights, college and pro, for just $1.99. I went 5-1 this past week in college and pro football combined, ranked number 1 the last 2 seasons coming in ATS Units 1, and it's another fantastic football season. And we start the baseball playoffs on a 31-13 run. Maybe consider an all sports all access as well. Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com.